What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So it's that time of the week. It's time for the weekly rotation, and we've got a couple new additions to the collection in the rotation this week. And of course, a couple channel favorites, and one of my actual all-time favorite is in here as well. Might even be in the thumbnail. I don't know. I didn't make the thumbnail yet, but we're going to dive into this. Quite some variety. We're starting to wind down the summer freshies and starting to transition into fall fragrances just a little bit. So stay tuned. Starting off on Sunday is a brand new release from Hugo Boss, and dare I say, one of the best designer releases of the year. They nailed it with Boss Bottled Elixir. Now, you'll see a lot of people online wanting to compare this to Sauvage Elixir. Stop that, people. Stop it. Yes, I'm talking to you. Stop that. This is maybe 20 to 30% similar because of the spices and a little bit of the dryness, but this is a frankincense bomb, full of patchouli, nice creamy patchouli too. A little on the earthy side, and yeah, it does have a slight dryness to it, and of course there's some spice. That's where people are tying it to Sauvage Elixir, but they are not the same fragrance. The faintest of similarities to Boss Bottled, that's something that it has in common with Sauvage Elixir, because that has the faintest of similarities to Sauvage. But they nailed this. If you like dark smoky and you like patchouli, you're going to enjoy this one. This is easily one of the 3 or 4 best designers to come out this year. I think most people that smell this will probably agree with me on that. Obviously, it's an opinionated statement. It's my opinion, but I think it's fantastic. I'm so impressed that this is what they put out. This is stunning. The performance is great. It's not obnoxiously overwhelming, but it's very pronounced, and it's stout. It's a robust, thick aroma. This is good stuff, and I'm a huge fan of frankincense, smoky nuances, and so on. I'm here for it. And the patchouli here really stands out. It works hand in hand with the, kind of light undertone of spice. It's not overdone. There's a little bit of an ambery feel to it as well. It's slightly warm, but not super warm and spicy. It's not really all that cozy of a feel, if you will. But this is a stunner. Really, really good stuff. I strongly encourage you to try this if you haven't yet. During the day, Boss Bottled Elixir. Then we got the shower. This is my newest rack store pickup. I actually wore it a couple days out the shower this week. If you like Polo Deep Blue Parfum, it's basically that on a budget. It is Hollister Wave X. Now, I do have the other 3 Hollisters, so it was the inevitable that when I came across this, I was going to grab it anyways. I have the original Wave, Wave 2, Free Wave. They're all 3 really good for the money. For, being a clothing brand like this, they typically don't have the greatest fragrances to put out. Now, while their fragrances are basically clones of more popular designers for an affordable price, they really nailed it. It has that green feel to it with that little bit of ambroxan, musky shower gel smell. It literally smells like Polo Deep Blue Parfum meets Polo Blue Eau de Parfum, like Polo Blue family, basically, with an ambroxan shower gel feel, a little metallic, and some greens. It's hard to beat. It's actually quite nice. Out the shower, Hollister Wave X. Moving into Monday, this is a clone of a designer fragrance. So typically, those have to really nail it to get any kind of praise from me whatsoever. And Fragrance World has been on point with those lately. This is called Essencia L'Homme Le Parfum. Clearly, this is a clone of Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male Le Parfum. And good luck telling me the difference out in the air. Warm, spicy, powdery, sweet, ambery, all the things that Le Male Le Parfum is, this fragrance is for $29. Yes, Le Male Le Parfum is not super expensive. 4.2 ounce bottle is going to run you around $80 from discounters on the internet. And that's why I say they really have to nail it for this to matter. And F Le Parfum, which is their Y Le Parfum clone, YSL Y Le Parfum, they nailed that. I'm very much impressed. So this has sparked me to want to try more of their designer clones. I have another one coming. I have their Stronger With You Absolutely clone on the way that I literally just bought, because I'm very much impressed, because I typically wouldn't recommend a clone to a designer fragrance. Just save the money and get the designer fragrance. And in my opinion, that's still the best route to go. Just get what they're replicating, especially for, a little over double the money. And I know double the money sounds like a lot. I literally said this in the full review. I did a full review on this one, but man, if you don't want to spend more than $30, they nailed it. They nailed it. The performance is pretty much the same. It's well above average without being, it's not a beast. If you like powdery iris, it's the same fantasy, waxy, powdery iris that Jean Paul Gaultier uses. At least out in the air, it smells like. I don't know if it's the exact same raw material, but I'm impressed. I'm very much impressed, I have to say. They've been doing really good with their designer clones. During the day, Fragrance World's Essencia, Homme, Parfum. And then when I got out the shower, it was back-to-back days of Hollister Wave X. I couldn't help myself. I was enjoying it. It's a great out-the-shower fragrance. It has that shower gel feel to it. Decent performance, nothing special. Just smells really good. So yeah, back-to-back nights, out the shower, Hollister Wave X. Moving into Tuesday. Now, my favorite Creed fragrance is Creed Viking. So Paris Corner has their version in the Emir range called Opulentia Flame. And while they nailed the scent profile, I mean, it's pretty spot on for I would say it's like 85-90% overall. Has the aromatic green tone, the pink pepper feel, the citruses, the mint, the aromatics, all that good stuff, the nice bright spice. I just really enjoy that. It does smell like cheaper Creed Viking, which, I mean, it is. It's a much more affordable clone of Creed Viking. It's not going to be the same quality of oils. Has that mossy feel to it, kind of that earthy green tone as well that comes out. I really dig this one. I'm quite a fan. This is really, really good. Not good to the point of where if you have Creed Viking, you're going to want to wear it all that much, because I have Creed Viking. I'm just going to go with Creed Viking, honestly. But on occasion, just for the hell of it, I will wear it. If it's something where, let's say I'm just out the shower in the mood for the scent profile, because I shower in the evenings, it'll just be me winding down for a few hours before bed. Yeah, I probably won't spray my Creed fragrance. I'll spray this instead of the Creed and save those much more expensive sprays for when I'm going to be out and about and want that scent profile. Get more, I guess, more function out of the more expensive fragrance oils. That's where this will get some run on occasion with me. But if you don't have Creed Viking, you might want to look into this. Because like I said, they lock down the scent profile. Again, you're not going to touch the same quality level, but as far as the scent profile, pretty accurate for the most part. Not one-to-one carbon copy, but pretty accurate. I enjoyed it so much, I actually wore it out the shower that evening as well. So all day long, Paris Corner's Opulentia Flame, a clone of Creed Viking. Moving into Wednesday, speaking of Creed, I actually did wear a Creed fragrance in this particular day. We were out and about running around. Had a little bit of rain, so we didn't do the beach. Typically on Wednesdays, we try to make an effort to go to the beach. But I went with Creed Silver Mountain Water, one of my wife's personal favorites, one of my personal favorites. It's hard to beat. I have a lot of fragrances that smell like this, but I wanted to go with the Creed take on the DNA, the original take on the DNA. Beautiful, musky, inky, citric, metallic. It's beautiful. There's an herbal feel from this tea note. Performance is decent here. Not super strong, but it lasts a while on me. The sillage is kind of average for the most part, but I do get light whiffs of it to remind me it's there, and it goes, in the 6 to 8 hour range is where this one falls. Again, nowhere close to being a beast, but also not a weak fragrance on my skin either. Very big fan of this one. The wife's a very big fan of this one too. I mean, it's hard to not like this scent profile. This smells absolutely fantastic. This is one of the best scent profiles ever made, in my opinion, and then the same is that of my wife's opinion. If you haven't tried the real deal, you really should get a sample, get a decant, something, because yeah, there's a ton of great clones and inspired by fragrances, and even other niche fragrances that smell similar to it. I'm looking at you, Zaharoff Mephisto, which I'm a huge fan of. Kind of like a little bit more than this, to be honest with you. But don't just bank on the clones, because sometimes to really get the full experience, you need to try the original, because this has that magic that's missing from all the clones, So during the day, always a pleasure with Creed Silver Mountain Water. And then I got the shower. I haven't sprayed this one in a couple of years. Caught my eye. I figured, why not? This is Tonino Lamborghini. This is Millenials Dinamico. So this smells pretty much just like Abercrombie & Fitch First Instinct together, which smells like YSLY meets Invictus Aqua. It's pretty much the same fragrance. With a little bit of First Instinct. Like, it literally smells like the exact same juice. Grapefruit, musk, aquatic, like this ambergris type of musk. A little metallic, very much a shower gel scent. Below average performance, like 4 hours at best on skin, and longevity, like a 3 to 4 hour fragrance. 30 minutes to an hour projection, nothing crazy. It literally even performs just like First Instinct together, on the weaker side, but solid. If you ever run across this one at like a Burlington for $15, $12 or whatever, it's a decent fragrance. It's nothing special. If you have First Instinct together, you have this fragrance already. But if you don't have it, and you never see that one, and you've been hoping to find First Instinct together, but you keep seeing this, grab this. It's the same fragrance. Out the shower, Tonino Lamborghini, Millenials Dinamico. Moving into Thursday, one I have not reached for in quite some time. I don't even know if I wore it last summer. I may have, but maybe only once. I believe this to be discontinued in the Y line. Beautiful lemon ginger smell is Yves Saint Laurent's Y. Eau Fraiche. It's definitely the best looking bottle they've ever put out in the line. That frosted gradients. White cap, just it's very aesthetically pleasing. You know, beautiful smell though. Smells like Y with added lemon and ginger at the top, basically. Instead of being so much about apple and super musky and everything, it's got this warm lemon ginger combo. Like, the ginger really enhances the lemon in the top note here. Oh, there it is. Like almost like a lemon head type of sweetness, but not super sweet. Like, it's not a heavily candied lemon, but it's also not just a watery lemon. Like, it kind of falls somewhere in the middle of the two. Beautiful stuff. Sad that they discontinued it. If you have it, you know this is a banger of a freshie. It really is. It's a phenomenal fragrance. For some people, this is their favorite version of Y. I don't think there's such a thing as a bad version of YSLY, and that includes what I find to be the most underwhelming of the group with the newest release, the EDP Intense, but even that is a really good smelling fragrance. I just like others in the line like this a little bit more. If you haven't tried this and you can find it for a decent price and you like Y, yeah, go for it. Go for it. It's safe in that instance, but if you've never tried anything from the line, or maybe EDP wasn't for you, or just you don't like something about the DNA as a whole, you might be better off just leaving this one to be discontinued, and don't sweat it, because just because it's discontinued doesn't mean you need it, because in this community, the word discontinued makes people feel like they need it. We don't need any of this stuff, guys. If you have a fragrance, you're good. You don't need what I have, for sure. And some of you watching this, you know we have too many fragrances. But anyways, it was great to revisit this one. This is a beautiful, beautiful lemon ginger combo. YSLY, Eau Fraiche, don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. And then when I got out the shower, it was time for a good shave. So I went with Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Gave myself a few sprays of the fragrance. Love, love, love to wear this. This is still my favorite Zaharoff fragrance. Smoky rose. A little bit of sweetness. God, it's so good. One of the most intoxicating aromas I've ever smelled. I love wearing this. We're going to spray it in the air. Just beautiful stuff. If you're ever going to take my advice on trying one Zaharoff fragrance, let it be rosé. You may not be into florals. I get that. And maybe it's not worth trying for you. But if you want something off the beaten path that really can take your breath away, it has the ability to take people's breath away, try this. Out the shower, had a good shave, went with the shave set, and of course I gave myself a few sprays of the fragrance. Zaharoff Signature Rosé. Moving into Friday is a brand new release. While marketed for women, fellas, this is the freshie from Argos I've been waiting on, because they didn't have really all that fresh of a fragrance, but with the new Birth of Venus, this is incredible. Citruses, fruits like peach, apple, lemon, bergamot, all those goodies. A little bit of a floral core with notes like jasmine, for example. A little bit of chocolate. I believe there's a little bit of sea salt in here as well. Raspberry, just gorgeous. It leans a little feminine, sure, but if you've smelled the Parfum and Palace Athene, I think this is the least feminine of the 3 women's releases, and I could not help but wear. I got it the day before, did a live stream with Christian, the owner of Argos, owner and perfumer, and I had to wear it the next day. So good. And it turns out Justin wore it the evening before to go to dinner with Grace. So shout out to my buddy Justin. So he's enjoying this one as well. And he wears the Parfum and Palace Athene. My wife kind of stole, grabbed those bottles and claimed them for herself a long time ago. But this one, I told her, you're not stealing this bottle, but you can wear it all you want. We got a big bottle of it. So we'll probably be sharing this because she likes it as well. Guys, if you've been looking for that fresh fragrance from the brand, this is it. It's not too flowery. It's not too powdery. The chocolate's not a whole lot on my skin. It's all about the citruses and the fruits with a soft, creamy, lightly powdered floral tone. Just beautiful stuff. If you like floral fragrances, you'll enjoy this one, and it's not even dominated by the floral notes. Just magnificent. Great performer, as you would expect. Quality's top tier. Just get a sample and try this one. Trust me. And I didn't wear anything out the shower. I took a break that evening. But during the day, one of the newest releases from Argos called Birth of Venus. Finally, on Saturday, both of these fragrances happen to have a light blue color juice, but this is my favorite fragrance in my collection. For all of the stuff that's on those shelves back there, my favorite is still Paco Rabanne's Invictus Aqua 2018. Still puts me in a phenomenal mood. Smells great. Wife kept telling me how good I smelled. I sprayed it heavier than usual. I think I gave myself like 10 sprays. I just started spraying, and 10 sprays is a lot for me on something that performs pretty well on my skin, because for the first 30 minutes it was almost unbearably strong with 10 sprays of this fragrance. So all you heavy sprayers that spray everything 20, 30 sprays, y'all are freaking crazy. Out y'all mind. Because 10 sprays of this, man, you want to talk about a crazy scent bubble for the first 30 minutes or so before it starts to settle in a little bit more. Because it'll project pretty well off of me for about an hour and a half, roughly. And I get about 7 to 8 hours of longevity on skin, which is totally fine. It's powdery, aquatic, mega fresh, and citrusy with a nice clean musk as it dries. This ambergris smell offers a nice clean, musky nuance with a little touch of woods in the backdrop. I love this fragrance. I mean, like I said, it's my favorite fragrance in my collection. I've had a bottle in the past. I have a backup bottle as well. I love this. I always go back to it, and I hold it in such high regard that I hardly wear it. It's kind of a shame. Haven't been wearing it much, so I was like, I need to wear it. So it caught my eye. I grabbed the bottle. I gave myself more sprays than usual because it's been a little while since I wore it, and I loved every second of this. I kept just randomly, even when it calmed down and got closer to a skin scent hours into the wear, I would just sniff my arm a little bit just because it's a pure joy of mine to smell this fragrance. During the day, Paco Rabanne's Invictus Aqua 2018. Now I got the shower, was settling in for that wild Colorado versus Colorado State game that did not go the way most expected it, but hey, Colorado pulled out the victory, right? In that double overtime that went till 1:30 in the morning Central Time. But for that, I was wearing Azzaro Wanted Tonic, a fragrance that a few years ago when it came out got kind of crapped on the internet, and because people get so easily influenced watching content, they immediately wrote it off because, a couple of people said it was garbage. And look, it's still not anything special. But it's solid fragrance. You can get for 20 some odd dollars. It's not that bad, guys. Lime ginger combo. It's fresh Azzaro Wanted. It's a decent fragrance. I've always liked the way it smells. And it's a tester, so it didn't come with a cap. It's got this little plastic sleeve that goes over it. Came in a white tester box. I think it go for like $25 or something like that for 100 ml. You can't tell me there's a ton of fragrances in that price range that are better than this. This is decent. Above average performance too, like 6-7 hours. Slightly above average in longevity. It's, like I said, if you like lime and ginger, if that sounds good, you'll probably like this. It's got a little bit of a slightly creamy, fresh, spicy edge, a watery citrus feel, a little bit of a woody tone. It's crisp and fresh spicy. I mean, it's hard. I don't see what's not to like about it, honestly. It's a decent fragrance. Give it a try. Out the shower, Azzaro Wanted Tonic. Well, that was this week's rotation, and until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. So I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. What'd you guys wear this week? Always curious to know what people have in their rotation. Definitely sound off down in the comments. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of the fragrances I wore this past week and you give them a spray now, you might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.